Hello YouTube, this is Hellblaze123 here, and I am back with a new video. Now, this video will be my first of many RPG Maker VX tutorials. Now, if you see down here, I do have a stopwatch finally, so that my videos don't get too long. I recorded this once already, and it was 30 minutes long, and I'm not breaking up a 30-minute video just to do that. I mean, the first video, I don't want it to be that much, so I'm relying on this guy. So, if you see his time jump at all, or like it won't actually start at the start of this because I was recording for a little bit, so you'll notice in all my videos that this might not automatically be at 0000 all the way 0 when I first start. So let's just get into this because I'm already about a minute in. Alright, so first off, as you see down here on my bottom, I have RPG Maker VX right here. Now, in my last video, I kind of showed you all the little in and outs of the basics of it, like what RPG Maker VX is. Installation is pretty much self-explanatory, really. Once you buy RPG Maker VX, it comes with the installers, which will install two things: the RTP and the program itself. The RTP is basically just all the default files that RPG Maker VX opens with. So the graphics, the audio, all the default things that it has to fall back on until you yourself add what you want. So let's start up a new project. I already have it set up so it should open up fresh with nothing. So this should be what you see when you first open it up. So let's open it, and this is what you get. You got that little load screen, and then you get this. It's blank, nothing, no file. So I already went over all this stuff in like all the tools and everything in the first video I did, so I'm not going to really go over all that again. I want to just show you how to use it. So first off, we need to make our project. So you can either go File, New Project, Control N, which works too, or just click this little guy right there. So let's click him, and you get this, a new project window. As you can see, you name the folder and the game's name both at the same time, pretty much. I think you can name them separately. In fact, let's try this. Tutorial Chronicles. I'm actually curious to see if this actually does it on its own here. Let's see. Yes, it does. So you can actually name this blah blah meow if you wanted to, and it wouldn't care. But let's just keep it simple. Alright, so let's just call this Tutorial Chronicles. When you install RPG Maker VX, it puts a folder in your documents for everything that goes in there. So you can put it there, or you can make your own somewhere else by clicking that and choosing a new spot. I'm just going to keep it default. Now, this is what you get when you first load up a new project. It comes with a map already open, a very, very large map. As you can see, it's please, by the way, this down here is your info. This is your basics info. This is map, its name, what its ID is, which the map ID and the name are separate. The ID is what number map it is, and that goes by what order it's made in. If I make a new map, no matter where I put it, or even if I make a new map, it'll be map ID 2. That's just how it is. So that's not really important unless you're doing things that require you to know the map ID. Map name obviously is right there. You can rename it, you can edit it. The size, 100 by 100. Now I think I mentioned this in the first video. This does not go by pixels by 100 pixels. It goes by 32 by 32 squares. Now each one of these little squares that you see here, now it's highlighting, is 32 by 32 pixels. That's how RPG Maker VX works. It works in tiles that are 32 by 32. So if you want to know how many pixels this whole map is, multiply that by 32. So right now, this is 3,200 pixels squared. That's how big this map is. So as you know, if you've ever made an image that big, that's huge. So I don't really want to keep that. As you know, this is the tiles, A, B, C, D. I've already gone over all that. E can be whatever you want. I think I've gone over all this. So if not, just tell me and I will go over everything in more detail in one video on its own. So I'm already about 5 minutes into this, so I just want to get right into the actual work. So you made your map, or you made your project. let's delete this map because I want to start completely fresh. Delete the map, yes. All right. If you have no map, which it automatically gives you one, but if you have no map, this is what you see, just blank. Right click and new map, or just click this and then hit insert, which also gives you the, now you get the new map. And then this is going to basically just, this is actually the same window that you get when you look at the map properties. So first let's name it. Let's just call this town. That's your name. No map can be any smaller than 17 by 13 tiles. That's just it. You have to have it that large because that's the size that it fits to the window itself, the dimensions of the window when the game opens. So let's just make this 30 by 30, and let's just create it real quick. Okay, now we have a map. It's blank, nothing in it. That's good. Blank slate. Over here you see town. Down here you see 001 map ID, town, and how big it is. As you can see, when I right-clicked here, it put it in this as the hierarchy. If I were to right-click here and say new map, it would put it under the town. But if I click here and click new map, then it should make the new map under this hierarchy, which puts it in the order of this. So if I put another new map, let's just call it map 2, it puts it here. If I were to put a map here, new map, it puts it under here, and you can hide it. So that way, town 1, a building inside of town 1, or something like that. So let's just delete these maps for now. Sorry, my throat's acting up for some reason. Alright, so let's just get into the heavier form of editing. So I'm actually going to talk about these tools. I'm going to stay in the map editor mode for this video. And maybe the next video too, depending on if I don't get everything done in this first video. And then the next one I'll do events. So let's just get right into it. Fuck it, let's just get right into it. Okay, these are your tools. You have pencil tool, which just does straight lines. So every time you click, it does that, and it only goes in straight lines. La 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 la. There we go. This, obviously, square tool, so you just go kaboom, you have a square. Or a rectangle or whatever. It just makes it draw in that form. Circle, again, I think it's kind of, here, let me blank that off again. Circle is pretty obvious. Makes circles. And then, of course, fill tool, I think it's kind of obvious. Boom. Fill the whole thing. I use this tool a lot. Alright, so I filled the whole area. Now I have grass for my town. And that's basically all you have to do. And in the original video, I think I did talk about it. Left click is to place and to click things down. So if I click this and I hit left click, left click, left click, left drag, and la 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 la. Okay. Right click. If you're in this view, if you right click, you've now selected that tile that you're hovering over. So now I draw with that tile. If you're in this window, it doesn't matter what you click. You can click that, or you can left click or right click. Doesn't matter. It always selects. If you drag, you selected all those, and as you can see, it selects them all. And now it's doing that. So it's like rah, rah, rah. So that's how that weird sound effects. And you can do the same thing here. If you right click, or if you right click and drag, you've selected that all. So that's how that works. I've already talked about auto tiles. That auto tiles automatically adjust to wherever you place them. So they automatically adjust themselves to the situation you put them in. And these are different auto tiles. These are outdoor tiles for buildings. These are indoor tiles, but they don't always have to be, like this one doesn't always have to be indoor. They don't all have to be indoor. Just a lot of them are used best for inside of the building. These are outdoor kind of things. They can be used inside as well. Just anything can be used inside or outside. Doesn't really matter. These I really don't use ever, so I don't really know them that well. I think these are like glass, for like glass tiles. So and then this is the tile so that it looks like it's hovering off the ground. So it's kind of weird. These are your kind of default things for if the terrain is blank. So if there was nothing here, it would just use these to kind of calculate it. These are your floor tile that you use. All these, and then these are kind of like your tiles that go off the edge of the ground. So they, let's say I put this here. And let's say I make this. Let's make this the inside of a building. So let's make it too tall. Let's make it 2 tiles tall, and then use this to kind of fill in that area. Now, normally, if you were to realistically make this, this is how it would look. It would have this going all the way across, but you can't pass through or under these, and you'd never see your character either way. So let's do that. That's your path out. Now, what about here? You still can't pass under this. So you'd only be able to walk within this space, which is unrealistic. So let's use instead this to replace this area so that it suggests that there is a wall there by you not being able to run into it, but it doesn't actually have to be there. So it allows you to use all the space provided here. Now I just did that just so it looks like the back of the wall. So that's what that's for. And that works very nicely for when you're making the inside of a building, and it just really helps. And that's what all these do. These are stairs. So if you want steps to lead into your building, boom, you have steps now. This is for like dirt steps and rocks and stuff, different terrain. So and they automatically adjust kind of on there. That's what they are. They just do that. So those are nice for a lot of buildings and stuff. These are destroyed tiles. These just means that the floor is broken. Allows you to do that. So that's what all of these do. For these guys, I don't really use very often. This is like just for on the ground. You can make a little pathways for stuff. Directional pathways. I don't know what these do. I've never used them. I know these are for farming. This is for like farming. So if you want to have a farm, you can do that. You can make a farm. You know, tilled soil, I guess. And this is for snow. These things are weird. Yeah, so that's tile A. And that's all the really one I really need to get into, because the rest of these are pretty much self-explanatory. Like, really, you look at them and you know what they do. Like this, come on. These are all windows. These are all basic windows. These have flowers. This is shut. This is for, you know, jail, little hut way, and these kind of things. These are like, when you see things that are like this that take up 2 spaces, you can either select this and go, you know, here, let me make a real quick. Let me just do this. Why am I doing that? I feel stupid. There we go. We make a big building. Let's give it a roof. Alright. You can either do this and go, you know, select it and just go boom, and then go, okay, I gotta select this and go boom. Or you can just do this. Click, drag down. You now select both of those. Kaboom. Kaboom. This is for if you want one of them to be shut, or if you want one of them to be kind of open. Church. So these all do that. And these, like, let's say I put this one here. These are only bottoms because that's all you really need to worry about for those. So these are kind of your doors. So if you want a door here, you can have that door so it looks like lights coming in, or square door. You know, add a chimney, add a sign. You can either add that or a big sign. A well. I don't need 2. Barrel. Cross. Tree. Multiple trees lined up, and then you just add that at the bottom. Bush. Rock. I mean, there are just so many things that I just can't go over really everything in here. Like, these are for your world map, so you can have a place to walk into, to go into buildings. So this is for, like, world maps. And this is for your inside stuff, you know, use stairs and lights and stuff like that. So this is just, these are all the basic stuff that you're going to use for your maps. I really don't want to make these any longer than I have to. So here, let me just clear this. So I'm going to keep this shorter. I'm going to keep it in the 15-minute range. So next video, I will actually make a town. I'll have a town made already for you guys, just so you can look at it. Because town making is kind of an art form in its own, and there are a lot of tutorials out there for them. If you want me to make a tutorial about mapping itself, feel free to ask, and I will make tutorials specifically on making towns and making maps look nice. But for now, I'm just going to keep this basic. I'm at my 15-minute mark, as you can see down here, so I don't want to go too far over this. So I'm going to end it here. My next video will actually be covering the events and the event mode. and all those lovely little things that drive game makers insane. And of course, I'll eventually I'll go more in. I think I've already gone through all these, so I don't really need to go through all that. Another important thing you want to do before I leave: always save your project. Never forget to save constantly. Either hit this or hit Control S, or anytime you try to change anything. If you try to playtest or exit the game, it will ask you to save. So if I put this here, it'll ask me to save first. Or if I change something like that and I hit playtest, it'll ask me to save first. So that's all for my video for today. I will see you all next time in the next video. Goodbye.